April's been a little bit busy. I think I've been over about 32 hours.
So we're in California for the third time. This month of April has been crazy busy. In the last 3 weeks, we have been from Denver to Monterey for Sea Otter, back to Denver, to Levi's Grand Fondo in Santa Rosa, back to Denver, to Memphis, Tennessee from the ground up, and then here in San Diego for Belgian Waffle Ride, California. We're not tired at all. Anywho, here we are now in San Diego. It's waffling time. Or pancakes.
I was gonna say, you're making pancakes.
They're fluffy like waffles. Welcome to the end of our April. That's what I think I'm gonna ride. Sort of want a little more protection here. That's what I have written. Not with the cliff blocks inside. So this bike case has been used 3 different times from Colorado to California with 3 different bikes. The majority of the other stuff in it I've just left in, so just accumulated, and it's quite heavy. We're almost the legal max now. We're at 69.5 pounds.
Not because of the bike, though.
No, not bike, just 20 pounds of extra nutrition. A gear bag full of parts. More bottles than I could need. Extra sunglasses I didn't know I had in there. Extra derailleur hanger. Rotors, pain rings, extra orange seal. But yeah. 3 different race weekends, 3 different bikes. We were on the Mog at Sea Otter, the Melee at Levi's, and officially the Fray. The course changed a bit, and from the recon I had done by asking people who had ridden the course, sounds like there's a higher chance of flatting, so probably move toward a bigger tire that can't fit in the Melee. So here we are, I'm gonna test it out, and I would argue the Fray is the perfect bike for Belgian Waffle Ride, especially when you need bigger tires. Went in for my gauge, found my pump. Forgot this thing launched yesterday. Can talk about it now. Past 4 days we've been in Memphis from the ground up, and I've probably ridden my bike maybe 2 hours over the last 4 days since Levi's, max. So we're gonna go get in like a little longer than normal pre-ride, shake all that out, do about 4 hours today and be 3 hours tomorrow. And we race on Sunday. Avery, how you feeling?
I'm here, I'm present.
Let me get this from you, man. You look tired, man. How do you feel?
Present in the moment. Because when the train doesn't stop, it's easy to stay on it.
That's true.
We're back.
Look who it is. Rudy Diaz.
I'm here.
New course, new start, new finish, and that's what we're gonna look at today. And we're gonna figure out all the things we gotta figure out. Pretty much gearing and tires, that's about it. Otherwise, let's shake Memphis out of my legs and get this going.
Waffling.
Wearing white shoes.
What's
He's
that?
never had white socks and white shoes on before.
Crazy. No,
What do you guys think? He's calibrating his power meter.
Calibrating. He's calibrating his motor.
Okay.
It's not easy carrying this guy's wiener on my back everywhere.
Intel I got is correct. Definitely will not be running 40 slick tires. Yeah, it's not anything crazy, it's just loose, dry, and a little rougher.
Chunky, huh?
Yeah, it's not bad, it's just different. It's a little different than years past.
Yeah, a little chunky.
Chunky?
So chunky.
I only hit rim once. It's just finding a middle ground. I think for tires, it's first off personal. Like, how are you gonna ride it?
Yeah.
Like, so for me, maybe like Lance or Matt could run a slicker tire. I was like, I'm pretty happy I have grip right now.
Yeah.
Okay, we can keep going.
Yeah, see you when I see you.
Dude, it might rain on us.
I got a rain jacket for you in the car.
Oh, I got lots of rain jackets.
Good luck.
Alright, I gotta get dropped again. Bye.
So in the last 10 miles of the race, you have 32 switchbacks that you have to almost come to a stop for. I did that twice yesterday. Then you get to the end and you either get to ride up, well, walk up, run up in cycling shoes, I don't know, 28%, 35%, hike a bike up a steep as big hill, or you can get your feet wet. Said water crossing. Let's just see. That's more than a wheel deep. I think we'll take our chances with the uphill. We're gonna hike. Wait till you see how steep it is. Which I think is faster, but it's steep. We're gonna show you. The harsh reality is that run we just did is about, what, 25 seconds? But the actual climb to the finish starts right here at the top of that run up. So you jump back on your bike like a poor cyclocross racer, unless you're Lance, and then Avery can turn around and show you what we got ahead of us. It's probably 3.5 more minutes at 550 watts. I'm stoked on this bike.
Yeah?
And it's funny because I feel like I got forced into this setup. If I had ridden the course, I probably would have freaked out a little bit and gone mog, or like gotten wide tires for no reason because that's what everyone does now. I think I'm stoked on the setup.
I think it's a good middle point, huh?
Yeah. Better more.
Tell the viewers that we're going to the Expo now.
I'm going to ride my bicycle to the Expo now. Next stop, Belgian Waffle Ride Expo. Pick up my number. See you soon. Number 3. Just finished up at the Expo, pick up a packet, talk to friends. A lot of Willie love going on, meeting other dogs, Willie meeting other people, and you know, get ready to race day tomorrow.
Science.
Think your mind will connect? That should say the feed. I think so. If you just go, the feed.
You know what it actually says? It's funny as he fed.
I mean, oh, that's good, dude. I should make some bottles like that, just for like post race with some protein. He fed. Dude, that's the second banger today. We can't tell people about the other one because it's gonna be some IP going on. But
Somebody's gonna hand this up and say he fed.
okay, we got 2 bottles. They're gonna start on my bike. 1 high carbon water. We got 2 bottles. They're gonna go in a feed bag. 1 high carbon water. This will be with the longest distance between feeds, which is 30 miles. And then the rest of these are just high carb bottles. Pretty simple. Thought process: 125 to 135 grams of carbs an hour. The difference will be made up in gels. That's what I have extra, depending on how the day's going. 5 hours, so it's between 625 grams of carbs and 725 grams of carbs total. Tried to make it simple. Honestly, the biggest thing I'm looking for is the distance between each feed zone and what it would look like if I were to miss a feed. So trying to just have redundancy built in for myself and knowing what can happen, i.e. sea otter. I had a lot of gels in my pocket and just ate that with the water that I had. And also talking to Avery and Sophie about what to do if I miss 1 to multiple feeds.
See you tomorrow.
See you guys in the AM. Not as early as some races are going to be, but still 5:20.
Still kind of weird.
Oatmeal it is this morning, boys and girls. There's rice there. Just couldn't bring myself to do it. 3 weeks of preparing for races, and I'm kind of sick of rice and eggs, so we went simple and sugary. Okay, this is the excitement I need in my race day mornings. I got to go measure Willie, because Marty has told me that his dachshund is 35.5 inches tip to tip. There you go. I think he's only 31, dude. Marty's wiener wins by 4.5 inches. It's a lot. Okay. See you at the start. Final little moments by myself. Avery and Sophie went to the start, get gas, and get ready for the day. Kind of just zoned out for a minute because the next 5 hours are going to be a little locked in. Excited to finish off this block with a good race. Feeling good. I think at Belgian Waffle Ride I'm always just a little bit worried about flatting out or having mechanical, but here's to racing strong and getting lucky.
Welcome to San Diego, California, as we get ready to hit out for the 14th edition of Belgian Waffle Ride, California. All the stars have arrived as we get ready.
I'm an athlete, I swear.
Time for our race.
So from the start line to mile 11, just a lot of asphalt. I think people were just waiting for the fireworks to start. We slowly had a little ramp up into the first single track section that had this big massive loop where you weren't going to have much movement. That was the first moment that kind of exploded things. We went from the peloton to probably 10 guys. We got through that section, came over the top, and then you kind of get back on asphalt for a minute. And I think from there, we already kind of knew where we were. There might be a group that come out together, but no matter what, the race was these 10, 15 guys the rest of the day.
Go, Matt. Let's go, Peter. Come on, Lance. Let's go, Alexi.
Once we finished that first loop, we headed out toward the course that we all knew. We hit Lemon Twistenberg, which is always fun. That was a place where I always try to remind myself that Belgian Waffle Ride is not won in these sections. It's definitely lost. Watched a lot of guys just kind of risk it and push it for no reason. We had a couple flats from the Europeans. And so I think we came out of that with maybe 8 guys. Self, Lance Hated, Truman, Jonas, Pete, and Matt. As we headed out towards the far point of the course, nailed a couple feeds, which is awesome. We get that far into the course with 6 of us. We were ready for the onslaught up the hill. So yeah, coming out of the turnaround, you have a big climb out of the canyon. It's probably almost 2 miles, probably 10 minutes long. And I think Matt wanted to chat a couple people. So we had Truman and Jonas, both young riders, with us. Matt started going pretty hard. I just kind of moved up onto Matt and Pete's wheel, just waiting for any cracks to happen. That was the point where I was like, well, you just gotta climb right now. If you don't make it over the top with these guys, it's gonna be a long day home and you're not gonna get on the podium at all. In the end, we came over the top with 3 of us. Belgian Waffle Ride, in my opinion, people tend to underestimate the return trip. It's 60 miles out, and this year was only 106 miles. So on the way back, I think people just expect they're gonna rip back, and we had a pretty horrible headwind all the way. If you've ever ridden with Matt Bierce, the place you don't want to be is suffering when it starts to go downhill a little bit into a headwind. He just rolls. It's like he's on an aero bike and I'm on a gravel bike. I wasn't feeling good, but that was the end. He attacked over the top of 2 of those, kind of covered 1, and then the second one I didn't have. Pete got dropped 2. Pete and I were kind of riding 5-10 seconds apart for the longest time.
Go, Matt. It's right there. Let's go.
It was one of those things that I knew catching Pete wasn't going to change my day. It was just riding my pace, knowing that I still had about 30 miles left. It's a long solo mission. Took it in as it came, didn't stress over people being in front of me, tried to be kind of courteous. Hey, coming through. And just move through smoothly and avoid any bad luck. And so you just kind of make mental notes of like how you're feeling. You shake your legs out. You try to feel what you have inside. The run up was a lot faster. And the 2 times I did in training, it felt a lot easier than doing it in the race, which is not unexpected. But just you're like, oh, I'm going to run. I was not running. I was 1 foot in front of the other. Just don't fall on my face.
Come back! Yeah!
Got my last feed. From the top of that climb, it's about 6 miles, but it's a pretty, feels like a pretty slow 6 miles. And then the rest of it is just this false, flat, uphill headwind section. And yeah, it just felt like the finish line was never coming, but it was a great sight.
Good job, Lexi.
I had nothing. Just look, a little blue steel here and there, a couple efforts. Well, could have been worse. It's one of those days that honestly, like, I feel like I paced it really well to finish 3rd, which isn't the way I like to race. But I was never, I kept waiting to have to do something, to have to sprint or go harder because I saw a group coming. But in the end, it all just timing had worked out, and I rode fast enough the whole day without suffering too much, and found that middle ground of, you know, what isn't actually a bad day. Finishing 3rd's pretty awesome. It's just the way I felt the whole day. In the end, I didn't have the legs to move forward, and I was stoked I had the legs to stay in front of 4th. I think what's special at Belgian Waffle Ride, any races this type of season, is we start to split. Most of these races, the Grand Prix, we're all like, everyone's at the same race all together all the time, which is fun. But I like being around these dynamics that allow other riders to have a chance and to kind of race with other people. They're fun, hard courses without all of the racers there. We had a great mini vacation. We are leaving April very tired, but excited to get some more videos out for you guys in May. Quick stop over at Rule 3 and on to Unbound. Second stop at the Lifetime Grand Prix.